Hello, this is H.G. Bailey, and welcome back to Let's Play Phantasy Star 2! Last time, we took care of the biomonster problem we have on the planet, but now we have a killer robot problem. And we also have a water problem. Yep, it's true, we're all gonna die. But yeah, we need to find a way to open the dams. Basically, there's 4 of them that divide the quadrants of Mota. So they're pretty easy to find, but we need to find a way to, well, get inside. And they all have color codes and everything. So what we need to do is we need to get these key cards that match the colors of the dams, and in order to do that, we gotta find the control tower. The control tower. There's regular ones everywhere, but we need to find the real one. But anyway, so we got the 4 colors. The order you're probably supposed to go through is, like they say, red, yellow, blue, and green. But I'm not going to go through them in that order because, well, there's some pretty good stuff that we can get in there. We're actually going to get some equipment that is a lot better than what we can buy, usually. So now that we're done there, I just figured I'd tell you how we're supposed to know that stuff, although I don't know how we're supposed to know where the control tower is. Maybe there's an NPC who says something, and I didn't talk to absolutely every single one of them, but I don't know. But I do know that in order to progress with the plot, we need to learn how to play music, for some reason. So let's head on over here. No, we don't need to hear you play music, I need to learn to do it for myself. So, yeah, just say no, yes, yes. Pick someone to learn how to play music. $2,000. Sounds like a good deal to me. And voila, we learn how to play music. So for guys, it's $2,000. For women, it's $5,000. So we might as well just teach it to Rolf there. But anyway, yeah, let's get out of here. And let's see, there's still some equipment that I want to buy, and I barely have enough money to buy all of it. So let's see, we need to head over to Zima. So let's get over there then. Now that we got Kain, who's going to be with us full time, I want to buy some shields for him. So let's see, I think there's stronger shields that you can buy, but they're not nearly as cost efficient as the mirror shields. So let's just buy 2 of those for Kain. And let's see, I also want to buy a Titanimet for Rolf there, so that way I can hand one of his Titanigears down to Kain, which I already did off screen. I do not need to buy another one though. One is good enough for me. Okay, so let's give that to you. It's only a little stronger than the Titanigear, so if you don't have the money for it and you don't want to farm the money to buy them, I wouldn't worry about it. It's not that big of a deal. But anyway, yeah, let's get 2 dual-wield shields. Boom, he's got a ton of defense. But I still don't want to put him up front in my party order because there's going to be a lot of lasers and magical attacks that we're going to have to deal with, and even with those shields, Kain will still take a lot of damage from magical attacks, and then whatever physical attacks are left probably could still finish him off. So anyway, I'll just tell you, we got the, the control towers that we're looking for, they're in Piata. Oh, that's... Well, fortunately, at least the military doesn't seem concerned about... Or, the military at least trusts us. It's just the robot, mother brain, government, whatever is after us. But anyway, yeah, most of the people pretty much say the same thing like that. So, yeah, whatever. But anyway, let's see. Oh, there it is. I need to buy 1 more piece of armor. So, let's see. Okay, I guess we do have the best shields that we can buy for now. But anyway, okay, ceramic armor. Want to buy that for Rudo, so that way I would be able to hand down the Fibercoat to Kain. But I think I already did that. Yeah, I did that. So let's buy that for Rudo, because once we find even better armor for Rudo, then I'll hand down the ceramic armor to Kain. So, yeah, unfortunately we don't get multiples of that armor. You can only find them, not buy them. So, the ones that we're going to get. But anyway, okay, so we gotta get over to those control towers from the 4. So, just go all the way around the village, for those who didn't watch the original episode when I first got here. And for some reason, now we're able to actually go in there. By the way, there are literally no more biomonsters on Mota. So if you have Hugh, or you've been using him, he's going to be pretty useless now. So that's why I'm bringing Kain along. So, well, let's take a look around. And by the way, you could use Sheer instead of Kain. I mean, I think Rudo, Rolf, and Anna are pretty well mandatory. But after that, it's pretty much down to Sheer and Kain. Sheer is probably a little better for random battles because she can use items to cast spells a lot faster. But Kain's probably better for like the really tough robots that have a lot of defense. Not these guys though. So I like Kain better because he's more useful in tougher situations. Gage deals about 20 damage to mechanical monsters, and it only costs 1 tech point. So hey, why bother buying weapons? But anyway, let's see. Maz Gamma, let's see, nothing too special about them. They just have a lot of defense. And yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's see, let's have Rolf heal himself. Unfortunately, now that we don't have Nay in our party, we don't have a full-time healer. So we're going to have to rely on item healing, which I think is fine. You want to make sure you keep at least 12 tech points for Rolf, so that way you can warp out of here and warp back to Paseo there. Now, one thing about this dungeon is that it's a real maze. There's like 2 floors to this place, each with like 34 or 35 chutes going up and down or whatever, and it's just ridiculous. So I will guide you to the correct ones. Let's see, this guy, nothing too special about him. He has really low defense too. Yeah, they deal some single targeted magic damage, but nothing I'm worried about. Alright, we have been victorized! Yeah, you can even run into random encounters on the chutes there. Yeah, it's kind of annoying. Oh well. But anyway, okay, we got more new enemies. Let's see, Palezi, nothing special about them. Let's have Rudo go after Mecha Man because he has a lot of defense. And he also has, oh, not too much HP. But I'm going to use Gage on the Mecha Man too. That is one thing I like about how they handle the robots here, because all you gotta do in order to figure out which ones have the really high defense, well, just look at them. They're huge! So, yeah, you can pretty much tell just by looking at them which ones are the ones you really want Rudo to help bypass their defense. And yeah, a lot of robots have high defense. Not all of them, though. In fact, most of them probably don't. Now here, okay, we got Maz Gamma, nothing I'm worried about there. Metal Man can actually hit you with multi-targeting magic damage. So let's see, let's have Rolf, or everyone, go after him. And, you know, I'm going to use Gage and hope that I can deal enough damage to him to kill him before he can attack us with that. Probably not, though. Yep, not happening. Oh well. Yeah, that's going to be a problem in the mid to late game, is that because I'm not really level grinding anymore, my levels are going to be really behind, and, well, thus my agility is going to be really behind. If only there were an item that would help increase my agility, so that way I could outrun the enemies, too. But anyway, let's see. In this dungeon, there's really no items to find here. I mean, as far as, like, equipment goes, but the dams have a lot of really good stuff. Let's see, Rudo and Rolf need some healing, so let's take care of that. I don't think you need a whole lot of Dimates, but did I even equip the armor on you, Rudo? Let me check that real quick. Rudo? Oh, okay, I did. Good, good. But yeah, I think 16 Dimates, that's probably good to get through here. You probably don't even need nearly that much, but I'm just saying, just to be a little on the safe side there. Let's see. Okay, so now we got to go to the one all the way on the right there. Actually, I suppose it doesn't really matter, but whatever. And then, okay, straight shot to the end now. So yeah, they got these things everywhere. That is one thing with a lot of the dungeons in the game, or the remainder of the game. If you know where you're going, the dungeons are real short. If you don't know where you're going, the dungeons are going to be really long. But anyway, for some reason they have a piano here, so we need music. And you do that. What was that sound? Well, I'll just tell you. They opened the door for us, so now we can move on from here. And we got it. Whoa! Whew! Almost fell down there. Oh, that was close. Okay, so well, it's kind of hard to see with the railing in the way, or catwalk, or whatever those things in the foreground are. But anyway, yeah, you go up to these panels, or whatever they are, and let's get all those key cards. Okay, let's get out of here so I don't have to go through that maze again. I did get the card from the first one, right? Okay, good. Well, let's get out of here. Yeah, fortunately, I already have all my routes planned out throughout the game, so yeah, I can make the dungeons pretty short. Good thing I know what I'm doing. I'm reminded of a Chris Rock quote I heard once. People say life is short. No, it ain't. Life is long. Especially if you make the wrong decisions. Same thing with the dungeons in this game. But anyway, what I want to do is... Well, I'll do this off screen. But basically what I want to do is I want to drop off all the key cards except for the first one that I'm going to use. I'll restock on some Dynamates too. And then I'll be right back. Okay, we're all set and ready to go. So the first dam I'm going to go to is the Blue Dam. Got some of the really, really good stuff that we can find there. It's kind of like Final Fantasy 1, where when you get to the point where you get items that can start casting spells, the game gets a lot easier at that point. But in order to get to the Blue Dam, we want to go to Quarry, because that's, well, it's pretty much the fastest way to get to just about any dam. Most of them, anyway. So let's just head on to our usual parking spot and get to the dams. And for some reason they have robots on water. I don't know why. But anyway, okay, I don't think I fought these guys already. Well, whatever. But anyway, yeah, these guys... Actually, I probably shouldn't have Kain using tech points, because this dungeon's gonna be not really long, but long enough to where even if I had him use Gage every round, he'd probably run out of tech points eventually. So I should probably just have him defend for now, especially now. These guys do not have very much defense, and they are not tough at all. So they don't have a whole lot of HP either. Most robots do. So anyway, let's see. Now that leads to one dam, but I don't want to go there yet. I want to go to this dam. Fortunately, it's just straight west. Wow, the encounter rate's kicking my ass. By the way, as far as party member selection goes, I think pretty much Rolf and Rudo are mandatory. Anna is probably, well, not mandatory, but she's really, really good. And the last spot, I like using Kain. You could go with Sheer or Amy if you really wanted to. I mean, Amy would be the more conservative route, but Sheer is also really good because she has the speed to use equipment that can cast spells and stuff like that. But I like Kain for the firepower to be dealing with mechs there. But anyway, okay, so we're at the Blue Dam. Just use the key card right on the door. Boom, you get inside. Well, okay, the dynamite went boom, not the key card, but, well, you know what I mean, viewers. What amazing treasure will we find inside the Blue Dam? Find out next time on Let's Play Phantasy Star 2. This is H.G. Bailey, signing off. Have a good day.